Okay, it's
I'll be in order. Roll call.
Trevor Bundy.
Here.
Chad Foster. Riley Amundson.
Here.
Colby Jensen.
Here.
Joe Herschel. Diana Neschheim.
Public time.
I don't know how all this works. I've never been to one, so.
Welcome.
Welcome. Just kind of state the reason you're here.
For a water bill for somebody that was living in my place, I don't.
Okay. Yep. We got that one. Can we set up a time to discuss that with you?
That's fine.
Public time, because I think it's something that more that we need to kind of
Yeah.
go over. We'll get it resolved, but I think we just,
Yeah.
if you're good with that, there's kind of a lot of information to go on. We need to discuss on that, so
Okay.
we'll kind of discuss it with council and maybe we can set up a time with you.
That works. I don't know. Whenever. I guess.
Okay. No,
I don't know.
we'll discuss it with council and get back to you.
Okay.
That works.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Here then.
What
Easy
time's good for you?
I don't know. Nighttime.
Anytime.
So
This
We'll give-
What time do you get home from work?
10 to 6. So
6:30 works.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justin, you wanna go?
Yeah, so, into my road, there's a culvert going into that field approach. Both ends are smashed in, it doesn't flow water very well at all.
Yep.
I've got a couple videos from earlier this spring and then the other day of it, water trickling through. I don't know if it's, would be the city's problem, if it's my problem, or it ain't my problem, if it's a farmer's problem, I don't know.
Well, that's where Pete and I were trying to discuss, trying to figure out who has actually put it in, if the city put it in or the farmer put it in. But Pete's gonna go and try and just cut those bent ends out, take them out, and see if we can remove that water restriction there. Pete says it's pretty clean through that culvert, so.
I think if we can open it back up, it'll flow again. It's just
Yeah.
restricted.
I mean, if it doesn't smash down again,
Right.
that's the biggest concern there, but
I think we're gonna take it as a V.
Okay. I just, wanna do something with it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know if I need to talk to you guys or the farmer. If you're-
Well, we see we looked up and it's on the city property on that end, but. either
I
know
have a
who-
sneaky feeling that the farmer put it in to get into that field.
That's all
It's
it
really
needs.
not tied into any of our stuff. It's just like a field approach, basically.
Well, I know the north of me is considered a waterway or something,
Right.
so
Yep, and there probably is quite a bit of water there that comes out.
at times, yeah.
Up by the assistant living.
Yep, so. I don't know, somebody can look into what or do that, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care, I just
So,
want something done a little bit better, or different.
Where does that water flow to? Does it go right by Anthony and Christie's house?
It goes
Okay.
on the north side of the road all the way down, which that doesn't even flow super well always, but
So it comes down from the east, going to the west?
It
yes.
flows from the east west, kind of north of the, like Dave Jurgensen.
Oh, yeah,
Be out
yeah.
between the road there and that hayfield. Kind of
Gotcha.
a
So
little
Van Warden's
wallow
Hayfield.
that goes through there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's in rough shape.
Mhm.
Maybe let's try that, try and get that beat off and opened up and see if that will solve
Okay.
it,
Well,
solve
that's-
the issue.
Works for me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know, culvert, it is in tough shape. And you do see water getting back up. Mm-hmm.
Is Tyler in here, no? Tyler Evans? No. No. Okay. Charles Kelsey? Okay. Come back. Minutes.
I got a couple things. I know, sorry.
No, it's fine. The more you tell me,
No, it's just a couple.
I won't get any better if you don't tell me what I'm doing wrong.
What?
I'll let you guys decide.
I will make a motion for minutes just with a couple of changes, or adjustments. Up in the first paragraph where it says 6:30, 6:38, we need to identify PM, AM or PM. I know that sounds silly, but if you're looking at these meeting minutes long time from now,
Yep.
you might want that. Down in the bottom paragraph in Parks and Recreation, you mentioned Weston. We need to identify the company and the position that he holds as to why he is presenting the sewer study agreement to us. I know that if you look back in meeting minutes, it'll tell you who he is, but in the sake of this standalone document. Otherwise, it looks good to me.
I'll make a second to approve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Start with the fire department.
Monty Goodwin, representing Colton Fire Department. This past month been fairly busy. It's 7 EMS calls. We responded to various things going on there. There's about 4 fires we did respond to. One kind of once in a lifetime with trying to burn down elevators. Exciting. But making plans for Jubilee days. Great. That's about it. So if you got any questions or needs, let us know. We've handled some severe weather a couple times in a month.
Yeah.
Dealt with that. So
And that's enough.
it is
Yeah.
enough.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
For a while.
Pretty happy and got a willing bunch of guys. So if the city needs some assistance during those times, then let us know.
I will say, I'm thankful for the fire department on this last one. They had, the guys went out and did a bunch of surveying and telling me where the trees were down, so I knew where to get pushed out there.
Yep.
They were pretty helpful with that.
Okay, good.
Also, mine do speak up because we are live streaming it, and I'm being on the other end of the hallway. It doesn't have the greatest mic, so just speak up.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Sure. Okay. If you got any questions, let us know. We'll be around and active through the weekend coming up for your country days. So, yeah, just let us know.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Sheriff's Court. Time.
Did we figure out, does that come through on an email or how did we?
We get a physical letter. I got the other one a couple days after the meeting.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Alright, let's go to Parks and Recs.
We can start out with that fence. I got a quote here to replace the existing fence behind would be the guest dugout at the big field. The fence was tore out, bent over, whatever, when the wind come through and blew the dugout over. So you guys have that in the package. Otherwise, the quote is to replace 125 foot, 8 foot high fence and put a new 8 foot tall by 4 foot gate in right at the dugout so we get it on. And it's $5,311. That's from Michael's Fence. So with that, they're super backed up, like everybody else. They just don't have the employees to do the work, and they got a lot of work to do. So it says right in here, allow 14 to 18 weeks from the time you sign this proposal to when they be out. So
I don't see that we have a copy.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't get a copy.
you guys, if you want to look at it, it's right there. But so basically, it's just to fix the existing fence that's damaged from that storm.
Does insurance cover any of this?
We're still waiting to hear.
Question.
We've been hounding Bone and Associates for a while. get something back to us.
Because if we go ahead and pay this, will they make a
Is it a
restitution to
reimbursement?
the city?
What's that?
Will they make a restitution to the city if we go ahead and pay?
They will, but it
Yeah.
may not be that amount. It could be whatever they deem
Right,
it's worth, whether it's $2,000 or,
hopefully it's 8.
I'd like to get that sent back and just get on their schedule so we can try and get this put back together before it snows, basically.
You know, when I talked to our insurance, they said they've been trying to contact us, or they contact someone, so I don't know if they have Heather old number and they've been trying to contact her or not, so he said he's gonna reach out to them and make sure the point of contact's changed,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve that, or you guys wanna table it?
Make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
And then as far as the dugout, has Chad said anything to you about?
Yeah, he's been
still waiting on
working with,
materials or?
he's been in contact with, the lumberyard. It sounds like you're getting pretty close to getting it out to him, so he's gonna try and get it done through Country Days.
Okay, that's just what I was wondering, if we were gonna get that dugout put back in.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been on the park, you got that concrete poured for that pad that Williams are doing for that memorial bleachers. So lumberyard got a number back to us on that, so we're gonna get going and start building that here pretty soon. So they're gathering that up, putting that together, so. I think,
Have they decided, are we building with the shade or are they gonna just do the?
right now, we're gonna do that. I kind of looked into a couple shades that are out there.
Yep.
And so I put out a request for a quote.
Okay.
So when I get that, I'll send that to Williams and see what they feel on that. So,
Okay.
Are they thinking they'll have that done too before Jubilee Day?
well, it sounds like the lumberyard's gonna get it all put together here shortly, so it just comes down to us local
Manpower.
contractors getting together and putting together, so.
I didn't measure today, but I did some looking. It looks like them bleachers would fit next to that, between that pole and where the existing concrete is. Is that something that,
You going
to the
back
west
to
of it?
going to the west?
There's enough room there to set them there. So they'd be right next to it, basically.
I don't know, it's up to you guys. I didn't know how much it would take away on the, I know a lot of guys like to tailgate there, right? So
Well, a lot of them are farther
farther to the
farther west. But
Yeah.
I think we could still make it kind of tie together.
Yeah.
Are they
You guys
still-
are okay with it?
They're still in good shape. There's nothing wrong with them. So,
Too good to throw away.
so I know you and I were talking where to put them at. The only other option was kind of back in the park area, off the corner there. Maybe out in the outfield with them, but,
Some people like to sit out there,
well,
The
that
only
was,
Is this
downfall
the
of that,
one that was there?
yeah,
the old ones,
Yep.
yeah.
Those, did we get all those boards replaced?
I don't think those ones really need to be
Them weren't
replaced.
real
Weren't
bad.
those busted up?
Uh,
I thought there was some steps in
Unless they got replaced a while ago,
there.
but
Maybe we did
I
that.
replaced a few steps here a while back, or
Maybe
a
that's
couple years ago.
so.
Yeah, you just will set it somewhere.
Do we know if the points behind them wanting to do this in that spot was that they felt like they didn't want those bleachers up? I know it's not helpful
Oh,
in
no,
their
they don't, they
decision, I'm just saying, was that
No.
the point of them doing this, to get rid of them?
No, I think.
No,
Or
it was-
just that's
the
just
spot
like
they
the best
wanted.
Spot for what
And
they're
I-
gonna do.
I know Williams reached out, because I think it's, was it Anderson's on that? That had that plat? And they reached out if it was okay if they moved it, and they said, yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
really even a donation deal thing, they just kind of had to be put on there, so.
How hard are they to move?
Not that hard. I picked them up with the valve fork and the payload.
Because I was kind of thinking they're having that tractor pull, maybe it'd be nice to use down there over.
Well,
we
I
got
got a couple other bleachers
have
that I can
something?
move up there.
Okay.
I gotta get with Jake Mitchell.
Okay.
You can tell me where to put them.
Yeah, they're just sitting behind the west shop,
Okay.
so that was the ones that we replaced for the
Little field.
little fields,
Little fields.
so. One item I got, I just kind of want to, it's not going to be real expensive. I just want to kind of get you guys' blessing about putting maybe a couple sunshades or umbrellas down at the pool. I've heard a couple parents wanting to get out of the sun. I was just kind of thinking of buying 3,
It's horrible hot.
Yeah,
On the west
just-
side of that building.
you know,
Are we talking inside the pool area, on the outside, or where?
inside the pool. I was sitting in just the 4 corner or the 3 corners.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be in line of sight of the lifeguards or anything like that. So
Would they just be set in like a sand stand, or what?
yeah,
would
we
they-
just, I mean, it's nothing,
Not permanent,
nothing permanent,
where
nothing.
they can take them down at night then?
You would just have to pull them. The ones I was looking at were like, they're right around like 115 a piece. So if I bought 3 of them, just under $400.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, I know when we were down there, it was like nothing, there was no shade anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I've just heard a few complaints asking people just if we get some sorts done. So, and I know the lifeguards are even, Grace mentioned too, maybe some sunshades for the chairs.
They have brand
Did they
new
have,
ones.
they have them in there?
They're brand
They just gotta put them up.
They don't like them because when they put them up, it holds the heat down on them,
Does it?
so they don't use them.
Well, she did mention that, but she's like, I don't know, maybe we can try them again, I don't know.
Yeah, they're brand new.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were, what, 2 years ago brand new? They haven't
They only
really used
get
them.
used like once or twice.
Do you guys have, so if I go there and get those umbrellas, do you guys have a color preference? Okay,
I would say maroon to stick with the building.
yeah, if I can find them in a room.
Or fun, cool colors, like
Okay.
orange and green.
I do a lighter color, so.
Lighter
Yeah.
colors, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Tan, maybe.
Sounds good.
We're gonna go down there and be hot pink.
What's that?
We're gonna go down there and they're gonna be hot pink. Big
You
old
never know.
showers and be like, I told you to give me a color.
Yeah, told you.
This is what you get.
Seth, you're the main point of contact for everything from Bowen? You're the main point of contact for everything from Bowen?
Well,
Insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Yes,
You'll have a call by 8:15 tomorrow.
okay, thank you.
so it happens to know people, I guess.
Try to help.
Don't do anything to that company, he's got a contact.
It's just a brother-in-law. Ain't no big deal.
Oh.
All we do.
The older I get, the more that becomes. How much?
Public Works.
I guess I don't have a whole lot. I was hoping that Jubilee girls were gonna be here tonight, so we could get a little
Update.
one-on-one with them, but maybe they'll come later too. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I did get 7 porta potties ordered, so we're gonna put 4 in the park. Two by the tennis ball court, 2 by the corner of the big field, kind of into the park. So they catch everybody as they're going back and forth, and then 1 in front of City Hall, and then there'll be 2 out at the tractor pull. And then 2 sets of bleachers will be going out there. And then it sounds like they're gonna do that hit home run derby or whatever again on the little field, so I'll be putting up some snow fence out there, a little one.
Okay.
For sure. Just go from there. I guess they'll have it on list and stuff.
So we saw that one porta potty over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope. All right, moving on. City administrator. Finance officer.
I don't know if you've looked, but I've gone over, I've worked with the website people and we've updated the layout a lot. It doesn't look anything like it did before. It looks a lot nicer. And I know how to add some stuff. We did just check kind of a general, like that she said if we need to go into more detail for, because there's some stuff we didn't cover if we want to try doing like boxes instead of the drop downs for like each of the departments. Means that she can call them and she'll walk me through how to do that for website design.
I think it looks really good, Seth.
Yeah.
You've done a good job.
Thank you.
Long overdue.
Did we ever get the other website issue resolved? With the
Um,
link? Has IT ever said anything?
They said all you can keep doing is just file a report.
Just keep filing a report, okay.
You click on it and it brings you to an escort site.
Yeah.
If you click, not our website, but if you click the Like if you go under
That-
Google, and then it gives you like, you can have the
Like the
directions.
quick view. Someone stole our website.
Yeah.
Why us? I don't know, but so if you go out there, don't encourage your children. But if you go out there, report. You just have to keep reporting it. Because the more times you report it, it'll get flagged, and hopefully Google will take it down.
Care of it.
Heard some rumors about Colton. but-
Yeah. You never know.
They're all not true.
Either that's going to help the
It's on the
development of
internet.
houses, or it's going to take it away.
It's on the internet, no, it's true.
Yeah.
Next thing is recordings and live streams. We're doing just recording off of, like, we're live streaming it currently. We're doing that off of YouTube because the website doesn't have the capability of hosting videos on it. They don't have. I talked to the website people. They don't have any support for that, or because the best they can do is you upload the video, the video itself to there, and somebody has to download it. We don't want that, no, because that'll fill up our website real quick, and nobody wants to sit there and download a 2-hour or
Right.
thing, because that'll take like an hour. So we're running it through YouTube currently. As I showed last meeting, the City of Colton YouTube page, and this is currently being streamed on YouTube. Once we finish up the council meeting, I'll end the stream, and it will go straight to being a YouTube video on there. So
Is there a hyperlink from the website to indicate that they can watch YouTube, or how do we learn?
I haven't done that yet. I haven't had time, but I did post on our Facebook that
Awesome.
there is.
I've seen that.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah, I put the link on there, so
Awesome.
just click on that, and it takes you to it. So, there will be I do want to put links to each of the videos,
Hyperlinks there.
Yep. And it'll open up a new page for them that'll take them straight to the video.
Awesome.
And then I plan on going over and time stamping the videos where it'll be there'll be a section that says this is public time, and it'll mark out how long that was for, and then it will go to
So if they just want to skip to a series.
to a specific thing. So
Awesome.
yeah, it'll be
Way too easy for him.
Gotta find more work for them.
Yeah. That's what I have plans for that, and then we'll see what it is. Once we get, we'll be able to. Once we get a webcam and microphone installed, we'll be running it off of that, so I can have my laptop, the laptop right in front of me, and there is a live feed, there's like a chat that if people are watching, that they can contribute, and then we can keep an eye on seeing what people are saying, if they're saying stuff, if they're wanting, so, yep. I think it'll be really nice having that. It'll be doing all that. So. Yeah. And then the last thing is I've chosen a day that I'm gonna stay open 2 hours late.
Okay.
It'll be Tuesdays, and I'm not gonna change. It'll just be every Tuesday. I'll stay open. We'll stay open 2 hours late, so from 8 to 6, and then and then the rest of the week it's the 8 to 4. If it's a Tuesdays if it's a holiday or if I have to leave, I'll move it to Thursday, but I'll make a post on the website and on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep. I'll also probably throw a note out on the front door saying it's been moved to Tuesday this week or Thursday this week.
On that Tuesday, would it be 10 to 6 or 8 to 6?
8 to 6.
It's still gonna be.
Yeah,
8 to 6.
I'm gonna still show up at 8.
Okay.
I'll just work an extra 2 hours.
Okay.
Can you look at getting the window in the front, getting the hours adjusted then on there? So
Yeah,
they're
I can look
documented
in-
correctly?
I can go look and see.
I don't know what that would work. I don't know what type
Go
of
on sign
sticker.
design.
Yeah.
Colby's on it.
I'll come over tomorrow. Yep.
Doing that a heck of a
Change
lot quicker than
Tuesdays.
you did mine.
I'm just gonna put it
It's
on
all
the
who you
list.
know.
Well, go from the list of mine. Got it.
These hours, does that put you over 40 each week?
It will, yeah.
And then it'll even put additional on the weeks of city council?
Yeah,
Is that a budgetary concern, Trevor?
Well, as of right now, no, it won't be, but I think we can, look, we just might have to have you take a, a little few more vacation days or something like that here and there, so.
Okay.
'cause I'm still,
I think it's a great idea. I just want to make sure that we're covering budget wise.
Especially during the summertime, I think we just kind of maintain it, in the wintertime, we can probably
You
change
can do
the
winter
hours.
hours,
Maybe do the 10 to 6 or what
10
you
to
said.
6.
Yeah,
Also, I'm still on count time. I haven't switched over to overtime so
perfect.
currently it's not a problem because I can just keep banking it there for for a little while.
Yep, now we see where you're headed.
Yep.
Banking that account time.
He's waiting to bank it for harvest. I'm gonna go pull some hours of Albert.
Or even if you want 2 hours in that morning to keep the door locked, to get caught up on stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know if that would be an issue,
That I might think about that.
you
'cause
know,
that might
from
be
8
nice.
to 10 and then open the door from 10 to 6
Yep.
for public.
Mhm.
That way you can get caught up on something and nobody's,
Mhm. That'd be kind of nice because
Yep.
because it's not a lot of traffic, but it's every just like I'm in the middle of something usually when people show up.
Well, here in, was it October, November, we have one resident that's gonna be retiring, has government background, that wants to donate 15 hours a week just to help set up.
oh, nice.
So he'll come in here and pretty much do what Seth wants him to do, so just doing water bills and all that.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
So they just said they don't wanna get paid, they just wanna donate 15 hours, that's it.
Just for something to do.
Yep.
Awesome. We'll take it.
So, all right, we'll move on to items to be addressed by council. You want to talk about a little bit of this placement of the heart?
Oh yeah. For what I understand, it was last month a gal came in and she was representing the gal who wrote a book about a bunch of small towns that she wrote during quarantine and all that. And it's called, I don't remember what it's called. It was
Keep it right.
the Heart, yeah, Keeper of the Heart, but the book's called Heartland. Join the Heartland. And we're supposed to choose a business or somewhere in town which is supposed to represent the heart of the community, and we're supposed to stick it up there.
It's supposed to be kind of a scavenger hunt
Yeah,
kind of thing too. So once they find it, they're supposed to take a picture, but
not disturb it.
not to say where they found it at. So, if you guys have any ideas of where it get placed? Someplace of significance.
Next door.
The bar. The bar. So.
What
that
do you
is-
think on that?
Yeah, we gotta just think on that. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna kind of tell you up to speed on the development we got going on the east side. So we got the economic development group together. We just had a meeting on, was it last Tuesday, right after that storm, so we picked all our officers and kind of read through our bylaws and all that. And we had another meeting last night about the purchase agreement and to approve our bylaws. And we got our bylaws approved and we also signed the purchase agreement. So we're moving forward. There's gonna be a few phases to it. So right now we're kind of in the planning and development stage of trying to figure out how many lots, which way we want the streets to go. Weston's been kind of giving us some conceptual drawings.
I'll hand these on. I don't know. I figured I'd just show the boundaries of the phases here.
You guys
I'll
see
pass
that?
you
Can
some.
you look 30 seconds through?
We'll pass it
Oh.
back.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you and I think we're on switch.
We did it out. I just threw it together for representation.
Is it different?
No, I think they're both the same.
You need that, Mike? You can go don't know anything about this one.
So I'm Weston, Blasius with Banner Associates. And like Trevor had mentioned, the Development Corporation had been formed. We had been working fairly closely with Trevor and Monty, part of that, and Mike himself, working on developing some type of a conceptual plan. And we're at a stage now where we're ready to do preliminary engineering work. So with that preliminary engineering, that's gonna be going out and doing the boundary survey. We're gonna have to survey the parcel that Mike owns. We're also gonna have to do a boundary survey on the east side of town. So all the street tie-ins to the new development area, we're gonna have to determine the boundary on that east end of town. And Jarrett, I don't know, maybe you know that there's a 33-foot easement or right of way there. Do you know if that's an easement or a right of way? Or we know the water line runs it, whether it's an easement or not.
I think it's a right or a street, what I think it is, isn't it?
It shows as a 33-foot right of way, potentially. We're not sure. We're gonna have to do the boundary investigation to find that out. So when I was talking with our survey head this morning, and sorry for getting this out late to you guys, and I don't know if you have the proposal in front of you in your packet.
That drawing's what we do.
I didn't print out the proposal.
We have a couple here. I can pass around.
I've got a couple here as well.
Could I get a copy of this? Given this, sir?
Yep, absolutely. That one's not even right.
I got that.
You do, okay. So a big portion of this work will be the boundary work, survey work, because it also is going to include preliminary platting. Another big phase of this is going through the conceptual layout of the development itself. We've been through a few layouts up to this point. We'll probably have some more revisions moving forward. And what the scope of this work is to take from what you have now is just which the community or the development corp has now, which is just a purchased parcel of land, to here's a plan for the development. It's not a complete designed, engineered plan that can go to construction, but it's to the stage where it can enter in a final design stage. One challenge with this is we don't have a survey on that property. We do have LiDAR data, which is generally fairly accurate. We will have to take a couple shots when we go out to do the boundary survey to verify that the LiDAR data is accurate enough to do our earthwork design off of that. And before we would go into a final design stage, we do a actual survey grade or survey grade topography survey. And so at the end of this, we will have the preliminary plan that includes the street layout, lot layout, utilities layout, and then the site grading plan. We're gonna have to look at drainage considerations. There's likely gonna be some type of detention pond that's gonna be required, just given the amount of area that be developed, and protection for the downstream property owners, protection for the city as well. A lot of this is based on going after funding. So the Development Corporation is going to pursue funding through the South Dakota Housing Authority. That's the plan. They've been working with CCOG to do that. CCOG is going to help prepare the application. Applications are being accepted August 1st. And so we've got a very short timeline to do this preliminary engineering work. And on the timeline that I'm proposing, we don't meet that August 1st date. It's an August 5th date is when we'd be able to supply that or provide that cost estimate. What this funding requires, or this application requires, is a plan and a cost estimate prepared by an engineer. They want to have something far enough along to where it's not layout on a napkin. They want it to have some real numbers to it, because it is going to be considered for some substantial funding dollars. Right now, in this funding is just in the draft form, but they are, telling us that the funding will be only for sanitary sewer storm sewer, and potentially minor roadway improvements, which I don't think they've really nailed that down to what was gonna be applicable. It sounds like storm sewer and sanitary sewer is likely to be something we can count on. There probably will be some type of secondary source of funding required. The South Dakota Housing Authority funding only covers a certain percentage of the total cost of the project. And since it would only cover certain aspects of the improvements, such as the sanitary storm sewer, then there'd likely be, potentially a TIF or some other avenue of funding that would be necessary to do the full build out of the development. Trevor stated 2 phases, and I've shown that on there, phase 1 and 2, and then phase 3 and 4. 1 and 2 it would all be designed at the same time. 1 and 2 would be pursued first. I think that's kind of the development corporation's plan, is to try to fund 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Develop that all at once, 1 and 2.
1 and 2. So we can't move on until 1 and 2 are 90% complete, and then we can move on.
The reason they want 1 and 2 together is because they're gonna, when it goes to grading, a lot of that dirt on the south is gonna go to the north end. So they tie them 2 together, then 3 and 4 together, so the dirt on the south end of that number 4 will go north on number 3. That's kind of how that works.
We did change a few things on the street layout. We're gonna kind of looking at getting rid of the cul-de-sacs and just doing more of a U. And then it's gonna be the same, pretty much mirror on the south end too. And then we're just kind of thinking of shutting down 6th and 7th Street, even the city park, built the city park here.
So people come from the new addition on 6 and 7?
They would come down 4th
Four
and
and
5th.
4 and 5 would be the 2 main roads in.
And then when phase 3 and 4 take off, then we'll have a new road that would run all the way to the highway. So.
Okay.
And then we're really trying to see if we can't put some sort of bike trail or walking trail connecting the new community with the old community going into the park. So. The economic development group's gonna try and meet on Thursday. Weston's gonna make another set of plans and see if we can get approved on with all these different set of plans so we can move forward. So him and Salty can get moving forward to put this application together.
This Thursday?
Does that work, right? I mean, yes.
Just add it to my days. Yeah, it works.
I haven't talked to Scott yet, so.
You have to hire a babysitter.
Yeah, I know, right? That's okay. It's okay. It's just a busy week.
Did Joe?
What? I know.
wanna watch?
So, you guys have any questions for Weston on this at all?
You said you were shutting down the 6th, 7th?
Yep.
And then mirroring,
Mirroring the,
just so it would just flip
Yep.
right over, okay.
so it'd be a U. So then when Pete does snow removal, we're kind of looking at, you can just pretty much take a U and then right in that waterway, you can pretty much just dump it right in there and then it goes out.
So there'll be 1 access road and like essentially 2 access points into the new development.
Coming from the old part,
Right now.
4th and 5th.
4th and 5th. So. And if all you haven't, no, this is my Garrett's, he's a landowner, so.
That's what I was wondering. You didn't have to involuntarily do anything.
Yeah.
It was a voluntary, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gave the city a pretty good deal on this, so we're pretty fortunate to have the deal that he gave us.
Gonna name the development after him?
What's that?
You gonna name the development
Well,
after him?
we got to come up with a name on it, so.
Street names,
Yeah.
Mike,
Mike
Mike
Lane.
Avenue.
Mikey Drive.
So, no, if you guys ever wanna
skipping it because Kyle, right?
Well, put
Kyle's like, I don't understand why I didn't
alphabetical
get a
order,
road.
Kyle. Alphabetical order.
I didn't get a road.
See this one way back here? And then-
That means you gotta move to town then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't even.
I'll give you my wife's number. You can talk, take care of it.
Yeah, it's- honey, I got a lot all planned out. for us.
And
I
they
don't
named the
know.
road after us, after me, but.
The first person that buys that lot, there you go, that's your street.
So
Kick
If I
your
get the
side.
street name and sell a lot.
to
Oh,
move,
thought that would work.
to move forward with this, I'd like to get someone to give a motion to approve the engineering cost for Weston. Did you get that printed off, that engineering cost?
So the engineering cost, I've got it broken out between the boundary survey and preliminary plat, that's a $5,000 effort. And then the preliminary site plans are $17,500. And so that'd be $22,500. And the idea behind this is to get it to a point where once the funding's secured, the development corporation could move forward into final design and bid in a fairly efficient manner without having to go back with a plan that didn't have a lot of front end thought to it.
So, I'll print that off. So we can pull that out of third penny too. Because that's for engineering and architect.
About this COVID money we got, can we pull anything out of there, please? We can't.
You can use it for water and sewer
Okay,
over there. That's one of the projects we're talking ARPA money.
right, yeah.
Water and sewer is the one that everybody really uses it for. The other
Okay.
things are offset salaries for anybody who lost some salary during the time frame, which really doesn't hit the smaller cities. Medical upgrades, you need like a ambulance or something. Yeah. Well, 4 of the 5 don't
We
really.
can use it
Water and
for
sewer.
some of this.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll,
For the actual construction of it.
right.
It won't be able to be used for any engineering.
No,
type of
right,
piece.
gotcha. Yeah, just for the infrastructure.
I'll make a motion.
I got the second.
All those in favor?
Okay.
Alright, passes. Yeah, I apologize, we had Seth kind of tied up this afternoon, so we
No
met
worries.
with Sioux Valley Energy and all them. They seen that we got an economic development group, and so they sat down with us for a good hour and asked how they can help. They want to get involved, so.
Good.
It was a good meeting, so.
Bring a lot to the table for us.
Kind of asked what they wanted, what we wanted from them, if we wanted, knowledge, networking, or money. All the above. But I said, what we really need is knowledge and networking. I mean, with the networking, we can find money that way, so. We just don't want money and then run, so.
It's easier to have that partnership.
And they kind of asked what were our 5 things that we really wanted in this community, so. And kind of give them a list of development, we'd like to kind of clean up downtown. We need some few more businesses, and then our parks. So, they seem like they're eager to get going and, keep going and helping us on this, so. So we're moving right along. Excited, so. All right,
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
so we got that. We can move on. Do you want to explain this community access grant then too?
Yeah.
You might as well just.
Which part would you like?
So we got that community access, or that, so what we're going next, that community access grant. So the infrastructure. That housing grant?
Oh, sorry.
Those 2 are those.
Yep.
2.
Oh, sorry, I did say 2 different
Seth,
things.
you wanna hand this to me?
So the one that we're going for. Oh, I had 2 of them.
Okay, so the community access grant, you might have to brief me a little bit.
Sidewalk one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sidewalk one. Well, we can put those two together.
So it would be to pass resolution to,
That's the one that we were working on. This is the one on Main Street.
Want to redo the sidewalks?
We do the sidewalks and main road. EDA. So that's kind of like our 4-year plan of saving up for this, because they'll do 600,000 up for this. But we don't know exactly what we're gonna get. We're just gonna try for it.
Is this the community access grant?
Yes.
they'll fund roadway projects. Roadway projects into,
Businesses or.
yeah, high traffic areas and communities. The businesses or industrial areas, things of that sort. They'll provide funding for roadway and sidewalk. It does come with some stipulations that you have to comply with ADA access with your sidewalks in. But they will provide up to $600,000 in grant.
Okay.
So that'd be at 80% of the project cost. So the total project cost would have to be $775,000 to realize $600,000 in grant. So the city would have to spend that other 25%. If you wanted to get 600,000, we'd have to pony up the other 150.
And that's where I kind of put it in our 4-year project that we'll start saving it for it.
And it's construction costs, not engineering or utility.
Yep. So they don't pay engineering or utilities.
So
Is this one that we apply for now? How long is it once it's given or granted to us? How long do we have to use it?
I'll find that out.
we got 5 years.
Is it?
5 years to use it?
5 years to use it. So once we get,
I
we can
don't
accept
think we
it.
get funding for this, I don't think we were gonna do it until 2025, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Mhm.
It's just something to,
Start planning now.
Yep. we're not behind. But, so we'd be looking at doing the water to grow with that other.
Yep, so there is
Another
water underneath North Lane of 4th Street here for these 2 blocks. And so then that water main likely does need to be addressed. To replace that, you'd be going after probably SRF funding again. So the same type of funding that you're using for the wastewater system.
Gotcha.
We kind of figured it'd be a perfect time to do all of it, because then if we're gonna do any good sidewalks, we get new water shut-offs.
Okay.
So it's kind of just a good deal. So the plan is to go from here all the way down to,
Just
Put it in the block, yeah.
section at the
Yep.
library.
and then see if we can't do 6 by the ready mix. In there.
Okay.
So if I can get a motion to approve on that resolution to apply for that.
I'll give a motion for that.
I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
There was a motion that said this.
He's got it.
You got it on?
Yep, it would have been recorded on there. I know, it's also good that it records that I can, because I'm gonna watch this back when I write the minutes. Yep. That is very useful, having that.
Yes.
And then that, the housing infrastructure program resolution. Sophie sent that one over to us.
That's the one you got 2 copies of.
That one's here.
Oh, that's one. It's already done, sorry guys.
It's in.
So this is pretty much what we're going after for that development.
This is the one that would be accepting applications August 1st. And I don't know what the deadline is for when they would stop accepting applications. but it is a first come, first served.
Applications for what? again?
But this is for going after that housing development
Okay.
money.
So the information that's needed by the preliminary design and engineering of the development.
So there's, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. There's 150, well, 200 million altogether, but 150 million they're handing out. Sioux Falls and Rapid City are only getting 30%, and then the smaller communities are getting the rest. And I talked to Sophie this afternoon, and she says she only has one other town applying for it right now. That's yours.
Okay.
So
So
I don't know how
hopefully
many
that-
people are, but I don't know. They're still having discussion on it yet today, and I don't know how they're having a deadline when they're not even done discussing it. So we're all kind of just waiting what we can all get out of this too. So
That's the second one that you need a motion on?
Did that actually pass through legislation? Because I sat through those committee hearings. They were super controversial.
I don't know. We just said on.
Yeah,
They're still having discussion on it, I guess.
they
gave
gave
it-
at least 50 million, was that
They did,
150?
Okay, because it was like almost punching in committee hearings out here. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
To see who was gonna administer it?
It was all over, and like, I was keeping up a little bit with it, because I wasn't sitting in there for that, I was sitting there for something else. Then, of course, I was interested, so I followed it a little bit. But it was super controversial on the, where it was gonna be applied to, because the big
Well, that did,
The big guys always eat up that money first.
it did come out, Sophie did say it came out, and I found she showed me where it said on there that Sioux Falls and Rapid are only getting 30%.
Okay, so they must have fine tuned it since I watched it, okay.
So what they want this to be more in the first time home owners category, so they want that 340 range homes. And they're only paying $25,000, max $25,000 per lot. So, but no water was included on this yet. But Sophie was pretty positive that curb and gutter were included into this deal, and no roads. So, and we're still trying to figure out if dirt works and all that's involved in it or not yet too, so. We're just gonna, this is our first step to see if we can, what kind of money we can get out of this, so.
Do you need a motion?
Okay, second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. We'll just go to that clean water resolution. Thanks, Weston.
Yep, you bet.
So this is for that sewer, or that sewer project that we're working on, in that water resolution.
Okay.
You guys read through this at all yet? But this is good. Pretty much get that loan.
Thank you.
Which one was this one for?
For that sewer project, that sewer lining project.
Okay.
For that 391.
391, 350.
Yep. And we're giving, what was that total cost? Have that total cost. I think we're getting damn near 2.1 million we're getting on it.
It was like 2.6, and we were gonna have to pay, or they're gonna give us 2.3, the project is like 2.6 or something like that. Just over 300,000, that was kind of the,
It's right here, if anybody wants to look at it, so that's 2.6, and they're giving us a grant of 2.1, so. And then we're getting another grant of 110, and then the clean water loan will have to take out 391, 350, so. things like that. So also include, we'll have to raise the water rate $5.
What's the $5 rate?
Yep.
I remember Sophie saying that.
So, yeah, this deal will really gonna help that, our lagoons, hopefully getting more capacity out of this with the sewer laying. So, without taking in all that groundwater, just pretty much transferring it out there.
When would this go into effect? The $5 interest or the $5 increase?
Pretty much immediately. We should have done it last meeting, but we kind of don't want to wait to make sure
Okay.
that everything was what it was. So we didn't want to overcharge or undercharge.
Okay.
So,
Is there something that we're gonna announce or anything like that for public so they know this is coming?
Yeah.
For people having fixed incomes?
you can put
I just know that the last time we did something with it, it was some
Stirring.
strain. So I don't know what we put on there. I mean, explaining, obviously, just be very, very factual.
Yeah,
Ready,
and we can, I think, now it's got the website, we can post it there and we can just release all the paperwork on it all and everyone can see what amounts we're receiving and what we're actually going to have to pay back, so.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's hard to turn that.
it's hard to turn, how do you throw away $2.1 million?
I agree. I agree.
So,
Is $5 all it'll ever be, or will it eventually go up?
no, I don't know what all that ever be until this is paid off, so.
Okay.
It won't go up. Unless we need to do another,
Yeah, the
Water
only way to
project,
go
yeah.
up is if we get another project somewhere else.
Another
we had to add
SFR
to
loan.
it.
maybe in 5 years. No, hopefully we can not have to do this. So if I can get a motion on this,
I'll motion.
get a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're just gonna go out of turn here. We had the state auditor here, kind of helping Seth go through some paperwork and help kind of gather all our information for this next audit coming up. And with him being here, he realized that in our second penny, if we pay off our bond, which is, what is it?
Top up to the bottom over there.
Yep, $79,028. If we pay off that bond, we can transfer $588,114.64 to general fund. So
We free up over $500,000
we have $500,000.
to use for other projects.
And was that somehow safeguarded with that payment on that loan?
Yep, we just, once this bond is satisfied, we can pull that out of second fund.
That's the only thing that's second penny is tied to, is that.
So that goes right into general fund and that gives us a little bit of breathing room.
What about street repair? We've been taking some money out of second penny for that, I believe, haven't we?
I think we made a couple resolutions on that. We did
We'll
one
have a
time,
pretty hefty bill coming here.
What?
So, double H.
which we can still pay that out of the general fund.
We planned for that a couple meetings ago. correct?
Yes. So, right now in our general fund, we're only operating at 95,000, so.
Well, good find stuff.
So
What was the intent of that original one? Do you remember?
it's a 2006 street bond, and we have it all right here. You guys want
That Fifth Street from Lumber,
I don't know.
I bet that was about that time, right? When they redid all that up, they did it.
I did, my first year I was here, we did Fifth Street from Sherman to Maine.
Yeah.
And that, so that would have been the first one, easy after that.
Yeah.
We started back in the days.
We had it for
Yeah, I know. Between that and street sweeper.
No, it's really nice.
Yeah. Those guns all rolled in.
Yeah, my gutters all full of crap again.
Melted all up.
I noticed, and then when I was out weed whacking, I was like, where did all this crap come from? They were just clean.
To prove your dust pan.
I do. I get out there with my 5 gallon buckets. and my-
So you guys wanna look at it? Look at the bond there.
Fire pit.
Okay.
Mine all goes over the fire pit.
Nope, it goes out in the gravel road, right where it came from. It can come back again.
You should start.
All that gravel,
To
like,
see if it actually does come back.
Diane's at that white gravel.
Nope, it's like sandy gravel.
No.
Yeah, it's,
Headed up there to the north of the alley, you put that little rock in there.
yeah, we got, there's
Rain
rocks
that
in it.
washes out.
Mhm, yeah, yeah. So no, I sweep it up, put it in 5 gallon buckets, go fill potholes. What else you gonna do with it? You can take it down to the city building and pull it in there.
Throw it on the tile.
You know, fill a pothole.
I'm just happy I won't find another machete and a crack in the street.
You found a machete.
Was walking from the bank down to the bar for lunch one day and stepped on something. It was a machete in the crack right out in front of the post office right there.
Really?
Walked into the bar holding it like this, so it wasn't threatening at all.
I'm here for lunch.
I found this.
That was from my Ninja knife. I missed that one.
I was really surprised, but it had been there a while too. Like it was rusted pretty bad. Like the handle had been driven over a few times.
This is good.
It was
Talking to you already had good protection.
Spot,
Escort pimp.
yes, Spot may jump out and hit me with his mobile.
Dave Oberg was walking one morning about a year ago. Goes out and walks like at 5:30. Right across from your house there on the intersection, found a loaded pistol right on the side of the road. Handgun, it was loaded, like one in the chamber. And
That's scary.
Holy smokes.
right. I'm just glad some kid didn't find it.
Right?
Like pull the trigger.
Yeah.
One's living on the corner there.
Well, taking a motion on that, or on table it,
They're talking about- go wrong with that, right?
you know, paying off the debt and,
Getting some money in the
well,
general fund.
freeing up our money that
Yeah.
honestly ours, so.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Need a second,
I will second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the next resolution would be to transfer the remaining after the balance is paid.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Let's go to changing the council meeting date. Need to have some discussion on that. What are your guys' thoughts?
Is that right into fire department meeting night,
Right, you're gonna do it?
third
Well-
Monday?
Was that?
Or is it third Monday? Fourth Monday? Third Monday? I don't know.
No, fire department's first Monday.
Yeah, we got training the first Monday, EMT training the third Monday, and then our fire meetings the fourth Monday.
So we
I'm running the same thing with Chaz for the development group. So I kind of wanted to have the development group the Monday right before council meeting.
That's what it's gonna be, fire department training day.
So-
Fire training day, first Monday.
I would make a motion to leave it on the same Monday that we are meeting now, because it's being live streamed, and somebody can pick up, listen to it at any time.
You don't have to move to keep it the same.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to have a couple readings
Readings.
on it and all that.
Yeah, if you change it, you have to do it by ordinance, which means you have to do 2 readings.
I mean, what about changing it just in that same week, but changing it onto a Tuesday?
Tuesdays and Thursdays are school event nights. Wednesday night is church night, and nobody wants a council meeting. There you have it.
Yeah, like school goes to.
Yep. Tuesdays, Thursdays.
And the reason for the third Monday won't work is because of the fire department, you have EMT training?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to be here.
But then that takes.
Yeah,
us
that
to-
takes Chaz too.
Well, he's not an EMT, but so he'd just be losing
But I
me,
mean,
basically.
well, I know, but we need you,
It's innocent.
so. Are you good with the live stream and all that? And
Oh, no, I'm not. Is there any way we can push it back later so I don't have to leave school board so quick? I literally miss right when they get into the meat of anything. And I think in a small community, I'm pretty much the only one trying to make events. I would like to be able to attend both.
Yeah.
And be involved.
So what time do you usually get out of the school for meetings?
Well, I'm not sure, because even I think if we pushed it to a 7 or 7:30 starts getting a little late, but they were probably on agenda 11 out of 13 when I had to leave, but that's right when they're getting into the meat of,
What they need to?
I mean, this build is something we should be paying attention to. You guys should be there.
Yeah.
You guys know money. You guys should be sitting on the school board watching stuff with me.
Yeah.
And then popping over here into the city council. I mean, so even if we pushed things back to a later time, I wouldn't be mad dashing out of there right as there's things that I do
I'm
want to
sure
be
they're
involved
pretty
in.
stuck on their date.
Huh?
I'm sure they're pretty stuck on their date.
They've got a lot more moving parts than here.
Yeah.
They've got every single principal, special ed,
Yeah.
you know, the finance manager, all the school board members, engineers, and da-da-da-da. I mean, there was a lot more moving parts over there.
So if we looked at a 7 o'clock start,
Probably be better.
the only reason we moved it up to 6:30 that one time is for instance like Weston and or you know, people that need to come from out of town. And, you know, they're not getting back at 10 o'clock at night too, you know, so that was the one reason we moved it up to at 6:30.
What time does school board start?
5:30. So I get 45 minutes, and you know the first half an hour is blah 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 blah.
And would you guys be against going back to 7? I mean, it was 7:30. We kind of be going back, meet in the middle.
I mean, your ordinance still shows 7:30.
They're not gonna change it.
Ordinance only needs to change the date, not the time. I mean, your ordinance shouldn't say the time at all, but
Okay.
you only need to change the day by ordinance, you can change the time by ordinance. Yeah, there's no requirement that you change the time by ordinance.
Because even 7 would still give me half an hour longer at the school board meeting.
That's up to you guys. I mean, you guys had a discussion on that. I mean, I can make whatever work, so if you guys want to leave it as is, and if you want to move to 7,
It's a half hour, doesn't change too much.
I'm fine with 7.
I'm fine with 7.
sometime. Does that work? Okay, Lynn?
That'd be good. Yes, I'm flexible, little, I mean,
No.
basically not too flexible.
Well, I know, I know you want to you're trying to help and get involved in the community too, so, you know,
yeah.
so we,
That's what I've been training for years.
Yep.
Getting involved in local stuff, because if I don't know what's happening in my own city, then you literally can't be involved in anything beyond that.
with that. Good with 7 now?
Good with 7.
Can we make a note to adjust? So we're gonna do the 2 readings on it?
We don't have to, not on the
No
date.
readings?
Not on
Not
the
the
time.
time, just the dates.
Just the dates, okay.
So just make sure you send out like an announcement on the website.
Do we need to change the ordinance since it does say 7:30?
You should probably clean it up eventually. I mean,
Okay.
If you want, we could go through and clean a whole bunch of stuff up in there.
We
Okay,
probably should sit down.
But if you're gonna do that, use the municipal league and have them help you do it rather than have me do it and I charge you for the time. And that's not my benefit, but honestly, you don't wanna,
We don't want to pay your very
Or they
expensive fees.
Well, you know, it would be a lot of time that probably wouldn't be worth the expense, especially if municipal legal help you with it anyways.
I'll talk to you. I'll use that. I'll figure out what I need to talk to for that.
Ward 2, I have Julie Lyons interested in taking Ward 2, filling my vacant spot. You guys have any problem or?
No, I think we've been kind of talking about that before. I think she'd be a good candidate.
Yep. So,
Hasn't been anybody else step forward, I don't believe.
no, kind of been talking around and
I haven't heard anything. I mean, I've tried a couple people for Ward 2, but I mean, everybody runs into everything with time commitments and kids and sports and everything, so.
I have to make a motion and stuff like that.
So you, I believe, let me pull it up, make sure, I'm pretty sure you appoint, they approve.
He just fills the remaining of the.
Yeah, so it's for the 1 year or
Yep, you either appoint to fill till the next election, or you have a special election to fill it.
I'd say appoint to fill until the next
Fill.
election.
Too expensive to have a special.
Nobody did that.
when there's nobody stepping up for it. If there's people stepping up for it, then
Would be there.
you
Yeah.
can. So. And he's approved.
Would be approved. Yep.
Let's go up to, we're gonna go backwards. I was hoping Tyler would show up. And Chaz is sick, so he can describe this. You might know a little bit on this stuff more than I do with this fence variance.
Some, but I'm not gonna claim to be an expert.
Looks to me like all he wants to do is extend that
Yeah.
fence to the south, make it line up with the south end of the house.
Yeah,
that's
So
what
that
it
the
is.
green there is what he wants is new that would be added,
Okay.
and the pink is what's already existing, and which he's looking to just repair and
The storm took out the big dots. The tree fell on, took out the fence, so he doesn't have he's got a makeshift fence there right now, so.
So does he need a variance because he's too close to the property line? Is that what it
He's
is?
gonna, I think he's going right to his property line.
he is going to his property line.
I know, one thing I do know, he did talk to his neighbors there.
Yeah.
And they were good, so.
He got the blessing from the neighbors.
We have to have something signed from them saying that,
I think we gotta put in public notice on this, don't we?
You do have a variance?
Yes,
I saw him, it doesn't need to go through P and Z.
he did.
He did, and they recommended passing it.
I guess that's what Chaz is on, zoning and planning, so.
You just follow those procedures, he's gotta post it. He did all that at the hearing already, so that comes you to recommend
I
passage.
mean, I can call Chaz real quick and that's what he went through.
It's their problem, not your problem.
So is the variance up here
The green.
or on this side? Where's it close to it?
This
Is
is
it on a corner?
Neighbors to the
No.
west.
He's on the corner of
The
his
top.
backyard.
The top of the page would be west.
yeah, this is west, there's a little house that sits probably like right here.
Oh, there is one?
Yeah.
So what's the variance he's trying to get?
He wants to
Second.
go,
Oh, there he is.
hey, here
We're
he
just
is.
talking
Watching the
about it.
video, I figured I'll just.
I better get down there.
Yeah. You're always swearing at me.
Okay, maybe you can, describe what you wanna do here.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know who all has the drawing, but
Yeah, we got that one.
top of the page is the west side. So basically, I just want to add on 27 feet to the south along the music's property there. And then that'll come adjacent on the south side of my house. So just bring that corner in is all. Just add that little bit. So it won't go any farther south than my house. It'll stop at the corner.
You did go through zoning and planning and all that, yes?
Yes, yep.
What is it you're getting a variance from? What do you?
I was just told that I need to get a variance to add on that 27 feet going to the south. Since it's extra, I don't have a fence there currently. I want to add that on to the south, going to the south.
And the neighbors all signed off on it.
Yeah, I talked to him. He said he's fine with it. So he said whatever he needs to do, if he needs to sign some paperwork or whatever.
Is the variance for, because you don't have the setback off the property line? Is that what-
Correct. Yep. Because I'm right on my property line. Yep. And I had built that fence almost 9 years ago when I moved in, and back then I don't think.
That's the one you did illegally?
Yeah. Hey.
In the night, midnight by light, yeah.
And what's the reason for not having it with the setback or something there that prevents it?
No, I just want to continue on with my current fence. Yep. Just continue on that same path. Otherwise, I'd have a jog in there, and that would look good. So.
The good thing about it is that the intersection is way over here, so it doesn't, block the intersection or impede the intersection or whatever, so.
On the back side of your house, so.
So, I mean, because if it was on this side of the house, it'd be a whole different story.
Correct. Yep. Left side of the paper would be Fifth Street, and then the bottom side is Iowa. That's the intersection there. So.
Move it.
Any motion or what?
I'll make the motion.
All those in favor?
I
Opposed? Nope.
All right. Thank you. Right. Thanks.
Hey, how's the live stream look?
What's that?
How's the live stream looking?
It's really hard to hear you guys.
Okay.
I know
Other
they're
than that,
working.
it's good, but it's just hard to, and you can't see everybody.
Okay. It's
We're-
gonna change, yeah.
We're kind
This
of
is the test.
rough. This is the rough concept of it.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's good.
We're working with IT to
You
get
can
an actual camera and then a microphone.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, you should be able to plumb it into that. Thing
That's
too.
what we were
We were
wondering.
trying to figure that out, but
We've got that at my work. If you guys want what we use for our virtual meetings, I can get you all that info. So it works good. Good microphones. They've got the center one, and then they've got two ones that kind of string off on the side, so it kind of gets everybody at the table.
Yeah.
Yep. So. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else you guys have to address, or?
I've got a couple things.
Okay.
So this is more of like administrative, because I know we've talked about this before. So like Seth, I know there's a lot of things that we talk about in our meetings about. There's certain tasks and things you want to get to. I would like to see from your perspective and ours, and just to keep you in mind, so we're helping you fulfill your timelines as well as us understanding. I would like to see something where, like 6 months from now, what are maybe 3 tasks that you would hope to have completed? And then a year from now, what would it look like for you? This doesn't need to be lengthy. I just would like us to be able to have a talking point. So like when we're getting close to that 6 months, you're able to refresh us. The website, you did that super quickly. That's awesome. But I would just like that just from an administrative perspective and us and the relationship that we have kind of a goal for you. So if there's things that as the council we need to do to support you, that we're doing our position as well, to know that you've got a timeline and say you're getting to a, kind of a deadline or a due date, that we are able to start asking and helping. Maybe there's something they need our support from. The second one, I think we've learned our lesson a little bit with planning and zoning and fences and all of this. I really think this is not the best way to represent ourselves. I think that either we need to encourage something to tell us that they've met with planning and zoning the date that happened, and that the planning and zoning either recommended it with conditions, they recommended it without conditions. I want to see something more, and I just, even for us to understand, I mean, the drawings are great, But I also would like to understand what planning and zoning, if they had any concerns, and we're sitting here now, we're saying, well, why are we doing this? Is it the variance, is the I mean, I would like to be able to visually see this. And just even long-term, when we start getting into looking back on this, then we know that we have, this is what planning and zoning, this is what he discussed, this is what they recommended, this is why it's sitting in front of council.
So we just need planning and zoning notes.
I think we need something more.
Yep.
Yep.
Some-
Yeah, we need to.
And then even on here to say recommended or not recommended.
I think that's where we need to relay and talk to zoning and planning.
Yep.
And when we go to the next thing, state that we gotta have more of a sign off sheet on some.
Yep.
Some things.
Yeah, especially with new development coming in now. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna-
Well, and
You see a
especially
lot of
this
this.
contractor or designer, I would like to know that it's like homeowner or self or something like that. So we know that if maybe a third party company didn't come in and do it, or if they did.
So when he puts his fence up backwards, we can say, hey.
Don't do that.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah.
I'll make-
That wasn't very much fun.
Last one with the live streaming and video, I know like if you're on a recorded phone call, do we need to announce prior to starting meetings? No? That we're recording?
This is a one-party consent state. One party consents to the recording of any conversation that you are a part of, but it is a valid recording. You don't need the other party's consent.
Okay.
And to add on your first topic.
Yeah.
I have kind of talked with Seth and Pete and Grace that I want to follow through with our employee reviews.
I think that's a great idea.
So no one gets lost and just kind of set in the motion, so.
Yep.
Pete's already kind of aware of, he's keeping tallies and writing things down on what.
I think it's a great way to have a good relationship, employee and managers or however that works.
Like I told him, doesn't have to be a negative situation.
No, but there's gonna be things where if you need to be successful in something, you're gonna need our support. Or maybe if something's not working, we need to hear about it so we can do something to support that or change it or what we need to
I'm
do.
like the other way around. If I'm doing something that you guys don't like, instead of waiting for a year and then get into some big blow up argument, let's just talk about it.
Well, far, Pete, you haven't.
Well, Pete, I've been in.
No, you've been doing great, Pete, so.
You're hired.
Yeah, you're hired.
Well,
You're
thank-
stuck with us forever. so.
And I want to commend Seth. I've heard a lot of great reviews about you going down and meeting with the senior meals.
Yep.
Oh, they loved it when you went down there and talked to you.
Yeah, that was good, I'm glad you
Yeah,
did
that was a good.
You went down for Meals on Wheels or
The-
Wednesday?
the senior-
Good, yeah, he
Yeah.
introduced himself and answered questions and, yeah,
Yep,
I've heard a lot of feedback that was,
I've been trying to show up to everything that's going on, at least for a little bit, to
Yep.
be all like, yeah, I'm the new finance officer. This is the guy you can come shout at when your water bill.
yeah.
You even had a shout out today from the encyclopedia guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw that too.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Mike, you got anything before we adjourn? You wanna address the council or anything?
I'm not sure answer questions or.
You guys have any questions for Mike on any of this?
Thank you for the partnership.
Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Bending over backwards to make it, possible.
Well, thank
It's
you.
the only way you can get in without, paying any principal or.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
for sure.
thank you for making this
Like it's
possible.
what it take to make it work.
Yeah,
It's a
so if you
great
guys
way
wanna
for
look
a
at the
little
purchase agreement, we'll have it.
If it wasn't for you, it probably wouldn't be happening.
No,
I'd say from my other cities around here, we should have pretty good interest in loans. It shouldn't take long.
I don't think so.
There's a huge desire to live in a small community setting that's still close enough to be where the jobs are.
That's what
Yeah.
Jay from Sioux Valley State,
That was a meeting we had with him today.
yes, they really reached out and they're excited. They're like, it's kind of a good thing that Amazon held off a little bit, that you guys get going. And it's gonna be right there, so.
You'll hear things about the market in Sioux Falls is taking a bit of a downturn. That just means you're not paying 40,000 over asking price anymore. So
That's what I
it's
said.
still not.
They're getting 5 offers instead of 22 for a house. So
Yeah.
they're still selling.
They're
That's
not,
right.
they're not getting seller commit, or, seller points, sellers aren't getting points back to sell their houses
Yeah.
yet, but
No inspection, no appraisal, 40 grand over asking.
That's one of the
And they're on the market more than an hour.
I sold mine in less than a week and got 5 grand over asking. Christmas was inside $14.
I think the nationwide might be a little bit different story, but
I'm gonna sell my house.
It'll, and next spring,
Lots of
actually,
talks about that.
this fall,
Huh?
it'll probably pick up.
It's close.
Next spring, it should be just as crazy as it was the last year.
You're gonna steal our glory though on the new development. We sound fancy in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Hello, people in town. You live in a new development. I'm like, I guess I do.
well, then that's,
New developments,
that's
it's
too
30 years
true.
old.
Justin Colt
Fine,
wants to
mine's 1946.
add on the west side too. Justin Colt wants to, and he's willing to fund up the building the roads and all that.
Down one night.
Yeah, I think it's down there. So
Who's doing that?
Justin Colt. So
Where are they at?
well, he wants to put in twin homes. So right behind you.
Yeah.
So
I think that'd be a good thing, the way that's laid in there.
Yep.
You want neighbors.
We're gonna have to hire an extra guy just
It's
to do
coming
snow
down.
order. All these
We like our
streets.
kids being able to ride their bikes down the hill. Outside of your son flying through our neighborhood.
One time, it doesn't count.
Give me a chair.
no, we need a second on
I
that.
made a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you for being flexible with me, guys.
No.
Took me 5 months of coming to meetings, but I got something accomplished.
You wanna go? Yep.
We gotta have.
Click end live stream and then end.
That's only
Perfect.
I'll take it.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
have, I got a card.